Good morning. Welcome to the show. Today, my guest will be Chiba the Hut, affectionately known as Chiba. Um, Affectionately known as other things, but we're not going to get into those. Um, we we're going to be talking with him today about his streaming career, or maybe a little bit about his medical career, but not too much of that, because he mostly spends time in his car, driving around to his clients. Um, but we love Chiba so much. He does karaoke Saturday nights, and he plays a lot of horror games. But let's just kind of see what happens within some of Chiba's streams. Um, Here we go.
Where was the mark? Did you guys see it? Do you guys see where it is? Oh! Ah! Oh, fucking shit! Jesus is a friend of mine. Oh, shit! Holy fuck!
Yeah. I take it the one.
Oh! Fuck! Jesus Christ, man! I'm glad this is a cheap chair.
Okay. Oh, that's a weird little face.
Dude!
Weird little face.
I like fucking like.
Oh my gosh, Stevens! Listen, Clement, what's up?
God damn, my fucking mic. I just like hit the fuck. The song cloud that you see. This is the song cloud. And I'm not drunk. I would prefer to use the word excuse.
Those are great. Those were great clips. So please help me welcome my guest, Chiba the Hut. I'm going good. I'm much better. I'm still coughing up a lung, but at least things are starting to move, in the chest. So I'm doing a lot better. I had COVID. I still have COVID. I tested positive 2 days ago. So hi Olive. So we're gonna try to get through it. Yeah, you did. Y'all had karaoke last night, didn't you? You can't hear Chiba? Ah, okay. Here we go. Here we go. Hang on. How
Am
about
I here?
now? Can
Are
you
you here? Are
can
you a
you,
fan of Fruit Loops?
can you hear him now?
Olive, can you hear me? Are we here?
Yes, there we go.
There we
Okay.
go. Okay.
Thank you. I had the wrong source selected. My bad. Um, yeah. So so far? How many pieces of equipment have you broken because of this jump scare?
um, as far as actually breaking, I broke my monitor, which was the most heartbreaking thing. So I broke my monitor, and I broke the chair that I'm sitting in. So the chair that I'm sitting in, the casters are broken, the arms are broken, and the what do you call it? The pistol underneath.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's broken as well. So it doesn't stay.
Oh
Like when I sit
no.
in it, it goes down and up. Yeah, I've broken my chair. I've broken a pair of my headphones, and I broke my old mic. This one I've been very careful with, but my old mic, I smacked it really hard, and I like chipped off a piece of that as well. It's been a lot,
And I
but it.
I keep telling you you need to have a seatbelt for those earphones.
I know. I've had to train myself because my natural reflex when something scary happens is to grab and throw, and that's how I broke my monitor. So now I try not to grab my headphones. I
Right.
try to like not touch anything when that happens. But or if I touch them, I'll touch them and just hold them or push them back because it's just my natural instinct. But yeah, I've gotten better, and I
Yeah.
think like when I broke that monitor, it was new. It was only 6 months old when I
Yeah, I
broke it,
remember you telling us that.
and And my reaction on stream was very genuine because I was just like, just the look in my face is, oh, oh no, because it literally cracked it right down, and I was so disheartened. And it was like that. It's an expensive monitor, so for me to buy a new one, it broke the
Yeah.
bank a little bit.
I
So it was
remember that stream. I was in that stream and I just happened to look away as you did that. And I saw you like, oh no. And I'm like, wait, what did he
yeah.
do?
I and the worst part is I finished the stream because it was only like an hour into the stream when that happened. So I
Hi,
finished the
Wicked.
stream after that, and all I could see was half of the screen or
Oh
half the game.
man.
Yeah, but my second monitor still works, so I had OBS and chat on that, and I could only see like half the game. But I felt bad. I'm like, well, I can't end the stream after an hour, so we'll keep going. But yeah, it was pretty difficult.
That's crazy. Yeah, so there were so many great clips to choose from, and I wanted to put that one in, but I thought, people have seen that one. They
Yeah.
everybody has seen that one. And I felt so bad for you, and I was like, was it under warranty? Even under warranty, though, I don't think it would
It
have
was
mattered.
not.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say warranty will cover things like dead pixels and things like that. It doesn't cover
Yeah, but
a very obvious physical crack down the center.
so did you
Unfortunately.
have to explain? Did you try to take it anywhere? Okay, so
No,
I would have
I
hate to I tried to explain that.
I
So,
didn't. If it had been something like where it was only a month old or something, I probably would have. But
yeah,
it was 6 months old, and I just knew that they weren't gonna do anything for me. So I just kind of like took the fall for it.
yeah.
Crazy.
Hi,
But yeah,
crazy
no,
guy,
that was
Olive.
definitely one of the worst things that's happened. Crazy.
Okay, so
Oh my god.
so tell the audience a little bit about yourself off stream.
I I
Mhm.
do human things. I don't know.
You do human things?
I I don't know. I'm a musician, even though I don't play as much. That's why I have my guitars behind me.
Yeah.
So I played guitar for most of my life, and I played drums since I was 12.
Oh,
So
nice.
that's probably been my biggest hobby. This is kind of like a newer hobby for me. This is only the last couple years, but I used to play drums a lot. I played in bands. We used to do a little bit of like local touring and stuff in a band, which was a lot of fun. And apart from that, I just video games. I've always played Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, things like that. But I never had the money for a PC. I never had the money for a PC, and that didn't come until a couple years ago when I had adult money, and I finally decided that I really want a PC. I've always wanted a PC. Some of like my closest friends had PCs, and I would go to their house and play their games. And I'm like, I really want this.
Yeah.
So I eventually saved up money, but I don't know. Yeah, I hate talking about myself. I two cats.
Two
I
cats
have two
now. Oh, that's right. You went to Double
baby
Yoke.
baby Chiba, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's still weird for me to call him baby Chiba, but obviously, Chris and Jen named him after me,
Mm-hmm.
and it became this thing. I didn't actually want another cat, and it became this thing where they named the cat Chiba, and everyone was saying, because I was going there to visit, like, you should adopt Chiba, you should adopt Chiba, and I seriously considered it, and then once I got there and met him, I'm like, yeah, okay, I think I'm going home with this cat.
Yeah.
So, and then I couldn't change the name. I couldn't think of a name, and then everyone just called him Baby Chiba, so I just left it. But now I call him things like Chibaba. I'll call him like Chibaba or
Oh, okay.
Chibibis, because it feels weird for me, like, hey Chiba.
Well, of
So I
course
call
it
him like
does. Yeah.
I call him like Chibibi or Chibaba or like different like little variations on the name.
Right. So
But
now, see, I didn't know you played drums at all. I knew
yeah,
you played guitar, but I've never seen you play guitar.
I'm
Um,
very shy, so I don't usually on. I had to
you're very
redeem.
shy, but you go on and play
It's
gigs
hard.
with your friends.
Well, that was years ago. But mainly when we did gigs, I was drums. So
Okay.
I'm drums. So I'm like in the background, like doing my thing. I'm not like front and
Oh, so
center.
you're hidden. Yeah.
I'm hidden on drums. But I have done shows playing guitar and singing.
Nice.
I have done shows, but it's much more nerve wracking for sure because you're front and center, and
Yeah.
it's different like being like I'm facing a corner in a room on a camera by myself. So this
Yeah.
is kind of different for me than like being in front of like a whole bunch of people. That gives me massive anxiety. Wicked. Wicked. I don't. So I used to have electric drums like John does.
Hmm.
I used to have electric drums, but I sold them years ago. And I want to get another set. They're just really expensive. They're about like 2,000 for like a really decent
Yeah.
set. But I want to get a new set of electric drums. And if I do that, I would definitely do something like that on stream because I could do the same thing that John does.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money, Wicked. It's money I don't have. So I mean, it would be something that like it wouldn't be probably for the future. It'd be a while before I get electric drums.
Yeah. My wife has always asked me because I love the drums and I've
I remember we
okay.
talked about this before. Yeah.
Yeah. So like when I started my band career in school, I had to play a hand-me-down clarinet that my mom handed down to me. She played clarinet in band, so I had to play clarinet.
Mhm.
Well, I was clarinet during solo and ensemble season, but for some reason or another, they wanted me to play bass clarinet during marching season. I don't know if you know what a bass clarinet is, but it's a big,
I've seen
long,
them. Yeah.
very uncomfortable to carry, very heavy, and so I played that during marching season, and then uh, there was a part of the season where the band director was in his office, and I'm upstairs. I'm just kind of tapping on the banister, just kind of drumming out, and he comes back. He
Yeah.
comes out there. He says, "How come you don't play drums?" And I said, because my mom doesn't want to hear the beating and drive her nuts." So-
You have to have special parents if you're a drummer to put up with that.
Absolutely, yeah,
It's not for everyone.
yeah.
But
So-
so I didn't know like you played drums, right?
No, I don't.
You don't? Okay.
I've always loved the drums, and I've always like kind of half-ass practiced at it, but I've never actually had a drum set. I have no
Oh, okay.
clue how to play a drum set. But my wife's
You-
always asking me, "What do
You
you want for
should.
Christmas?" I would love a drum set, but they're like $2,000.
Well, and even like you live in a house obviously, right? So you could get away with playing a full drum kit?
Probably
Cuz
maybe
I
a
couldn't. I'm in an apartment. Yeah.
no. I could probably get an electric set and
That's
use
what I
the
was going to
headphones.
suggest. Because you could get you could definitely get an electric set, and that way you can just play the songs and just jam out by yourself, and
Yeah.
all they can really hear is just the
With our neighbors, yeah, we could. Absolutely
Yeah.
could. Yeah.
you just hear like the tapping and stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah, that would definitely be
I
something.
had a
you can
snare
get
drum, is
cheaper
what she
ones.
said. Yeah. Yeah,
Oh, you had a snare drum.
yeah, you can get cheaper ones. I just don't know, I wouldn't practice it that much. Well, I probably would now since I've retired.
You have a lot more time.
Yeah, I have a lot more
You
time.
have a lot more time now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say one of my favorite, like one of the best brands is definitely Roland
Mhm.
for electric kits, and that's what John has as well because he knows his stuff.
Can I piece it
Roland.
together like a piece at a time? Yeah, you can.
Yeah. You
You can get a small set and then build on it.
Yes, it's you'll get no matter what kit you get, you'll get the basic where you'll get snare and 3 toms, and
Yeah.
then 2 cymbals and a hi hat usually. But then like John has adult money, so his set is insane. He's got like extra drums and extra cymbals and everything, and John's electric set probably is somewhere in the rounds of like $5,000 or $6,000 or something.
Wow. Yeah.
Like he's got
Adult
a
money,
beautiful
yes.
set. Adult money, Wicked.
What even
Wicked,
is
I
adult?
don't-
Yeah.
Adult money is money where you have a job and you don't have like a big family or kids. Now John has a kid, but he didn't before.
Yeah.
So but I don't have adult money because I live alone and I pay all my own bills and rent and everything. So I'm very poor.
Yeah. So, how did you get your start streaming?
I first before Twitch I used to run game servers. I don't know if you're familiar with Ark
Mhm.
Survival
Yes.
Evolved.
Fuck that game, okay?
I
Fuck that game.
fuck that game.
Fuck that game. I started playing it. I would like get in and then I would like run for a few seconds, like 4 or 5
Yeah.
seconds, and then I'd die and then spend 5 minutes trying to get back to where I was.
That's Ark.
That's
But eventually, and the whole thing is eventually you start like you start making new gear and better weapons, and you get better and better, and you progress and progress.
yeah.
But I love Ark. I love Ark. So the only thing now is I'll only play modded Ark. I won't play vanilla.
Okay.
So I have like all these different mods and stuff. But
You
Yeah,
did the
I
same
used
thing
to-
with Valheim.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and so Valheim came last, but Ark. So I was on
Hi,
Xbox
Tony.
for a long time. Tony. I was on Xbox for a long time, and I ran Ark servers for Xbox. So I had Ark servers. I had DayZ. We had Atlas, a bunch of different games. So I was doing that for a while, and a lot of people were on PC that were playing because a lot of them were crossplay. So we were doing PC servers, and I was like, I really need to get a PC. I really want to get a PC. I want to play mods. I want to do all the things.
Yeah.
So I got a PC, and then I started. And the first thing I did was there's a few YouTubers I watched that I loved, and they streamed on Twitch. And I was not really. I always made fun of Twitch.
Okay.
Like going back 10 years, 5 years ago, I always thought it was stupid. I was like, why are we watching people like play video games like
You sound
live?
like a parent.
Yeah, like that's what I thought. I thought it was stupid, and I knew of Ninja and those people that were Twitch streamers. Like, this just sounds stupid. Why do I want to sit here and watch someone play a game? But I loved YouTube. I always watched YouTubers, and that was always been my thing since YouTube was around. So yeah, a couple of the YouTubers I watched, they streamed on Twitch, and now that I had a PC, I'm like, okay, well maybe I'll make a Twitch account. So I did, and then I started watching a couple of these YouTubers, and I was like, oh, this is cool. I kind of like how this is. I'm like hanging out with them. And it was really neat. And like I'd be playing my own games, I'd be playing Ark or whatever the case, and then I'd have them up on my monitor, and it's like I'm hanging out with someone,
Yeah.
which was kind of cool. And I could talk and chat, and they respond to me. I'm like, I like this. This is neat. And so I started going to a couple more streams, and one of the first communities I was involved in was Nerd Parade. That's one of the YouTubers that I loved. He does a lot of art content, and Megan is also a part of Nerd Parade.
Okay.
So I was in Nerd Parade. I was playing with another good friend at the time in Nerd Parade, Rambo, and I was playing some zombies on his stream. And then Megan came in. And at this point, I think I had streamed Valheim once or twice with a couple friends. I went live. I didn't really know what I was doing. I just hit live on Twitch. There might have been one person there, and it was probably my account, watching myself play Valheim. So I had done 2 Valheim streams with Tex, you probably have seen in chats, and Chief. And then I played zombies with Rambo, and Megan came in, and she was talking about Phasmophobia. And I had just gotten Phas, and she was inviting Rambo to come play. And then Rambo's like, oh, you should invite Chiba. Chiba has Phas, too. He hasn't really played a lot of it. So the next day, Megan messaged me, and she's like, do you want to come play? And I'm like, sure. So I went and played with her and Rambo, and then Megan messaged me after that. He's like, oh, you're fun. Do you want to come back and play again? I was like, okay. And then that's how that started. And then so I started playing with Megan and became really, really good friends with her. And then they were just like, you should stream.
Hi, Manders.
Like, you should actually stream. And I'm like, I don't really know how to stream. I stream Valheim. It's like, no, you should stream. You should stream Phas and stuff.
Did you see Wicked's comment? She said,
no, Chiba, have you seen? Yes, Wicked. So Atlas was one of the games that we played and hosted servers for as well. I love Atlas. Atlas is a lot of fun. I played Atlas on Xbox
Manders?
and PC.
Manders! And the rest is history, says Erica. Yeah.
Yeah, so Megan. So Meggers was my first Twitch friend that I met. And that introduced me to you. You're part of the OGs, Bad, because in the beginning it was like Megan, then I met Alyssa, and then I started playing games with Megan and Alyssa all the time. Then I met you, Bad, I met Wicked. I met all of these people in the beginning, and that's part of the original community I was in.
Yeah.
Was that community, and that was and
Well,
that's what started everything.
So how did you learn about the equipment that you needed, and how to do the process of streaming?
I would say a lot of it was trial and error.
Hi, Meggers.
Megan, there she is. Megan, we were just talking about you. I would say a lot of it was trial and error. Like, I think the first, and you can tell this if you ever get like old clips that we'll play, where people say that, oh, it's baby Chiba, but really I was just like 80 pounds lighter in the old clips.
Good.
But
Lord.
my mic quality was really shitty, and it was an Amazon special. It was like $50 off Amazon, my first mic, and that's the one I had when I broke my monitor, and all of those old clips, and. I know a lot about mics because of music, and Shure, which is this one, Shure is one of the best mics you can get.
Right.
There's a lot of them, but that's one of my favorite brands. And then I was looking, I really wanted to get a Shure SM7B, but I can't afford that because a Shure SM7B, you have to buy the mic, and you also have to buy the mixer board and everything because it's auxiliary. Where this mic had just come out, and this is a Shure MV7, which allows USB. And that's what I ended up researching and getting. But
Mine
yeah,
is
trial and error.
Mine's actually a $30 mic from Amazon.
See, you sound good though. I wouldn't know that.
Thank you.
You actually sound good. Is it auxiliary or is it USB?
USB.
Yeah, Really?
Yeah, it's a $30 USB microphone. Hi, Meggers.
Yeah, you sound really Megan.
It's a,
You
it,
sound really good
it's
for a
all about the
$30 mic.
filters. It's all about the
Yeah,
filters. Yeah.
and that's another thing. There's quite a few filters and things you can put in OBS that make quite a difference as well.
Yeah. So Meggers, did you get your camera
Megan!
all? Is it all fixed now? Her
Yeah,
mic is a $30 mic too. Yeah.
Wait, Megan. I thought you had a HyperX Quadcast. Your mic is a $30 mic too, Megan.
Maybe she paid $30. Paid for it. My software's
Yeah, I
all
thought
fixed.
you had
Nice.
I thought you had a HyperX. Maybe I'm wrong.
I know
But
she did say something about the HyperX. I remember her.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
that
you
was
can
Alyssa's?
get by.
Oh, okay.
You can get by with a cheaper. Like for example, I did not know that was a $30 mic.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You also know what you're doing when it comes to audio.
That's
What?
That's the toner.
Megan.
Thank you for following.
Alyssa has a HyperX, but that's the thing.
Thank
I
you
would
for
say,
following Epic Tight Pants.
Mel.
Hi Mel.
Mel.
How are you? So
And I don't know how you feel, but I think that is the most important thing that you should spend money on.
the mic.
And you lucked out in your case, you
Oh,
and
yeah.
Megan, because your mics sound so good for how cheap they are. But the most important thing is your mic. You can have the shittiest webcam, but have the best mic, and that
Absolutely.
will make all the difference.
My camera is a C922 Logitech.
You have this. Mine's a C920. So the one you're watching is a C920. This one,
Okay.
and then the one that I use all my Snapchat filters on is like a cheap Amazon webcam,
Okay.
and I like that one because it hides my pores and stuff. Mel.
So how did you choose your username? How did that come about?
Okay. So it's stupid. So CheebaTheHutt was my username when I was a kid.
Okay.
It was my first Xbox. When I made an Xbox account, I couldn't think of what to name it. I've always loved the name Chiba.
Western Gaming.
That came late.
Western.
Western Gaming Chiba, Wester Bacon. But yeah, Chiba was I love that name. And then when I was making an Xbox, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and I couldn't think of anything. I was trying to think of an Xbox username, and I was like Chiba, and I was like, what about like Jabba the Hutt, like the Hut? So CheebaTheHutt, that sounds okay. So I made that when I was 15. I was 15 years old, and that's been my name ever since. And then when I made Twitch, I tried to make it CheebaTheHutt, but some strange human being in the universe had that name on Twitch.
Oh wow.
So I couldn't do it. And Wester Gaming was the name of the servers that I ran. So we had a quite like it was quite a large community, and some people that were around early will remember the size of the original Discord. It was around 2,000 people.
Holy crap. Oh yeah, that's right. It was. Yeah.
It was a really big Discord, and that was the Wester Gaming Discord where we ran all the servers. So we had a lot of people there that were just there for the servers. And when I made a Twitch account, it wouldn't let me do CheebaTheHutt. I couldn't think of anything, so I was like, Wester
John.
Gaming Chiba? John! But I wasn't gonna stream. I was just gonna make a Twitch account to watch people. So I'm like, okay, whatever. This name does not matter. I was like, Wester Gaming Chiba, that's fine. I can watch people and talk to them. And then I started streaming, and it got a little ridiculous. And everyone started calling me Wester, and I was like, I hate this. I don't know what to do. And so, and it was by fluke after Mel remembers, because I met Mel. I was friends with Mel for a while before I changed my name, and I was asking everyone. I was asking Megan, I was asking Alyssa, I was asking Mel and Eric. I was like, should I do it? Should I change my name? It's available. It's available now. And I did it because everyone's like, do it. And it's the best decision because I hated Wester Gaming.
Nice.
Chiba.
There was a lot of people that called you Western Gaming just because it was so close.
You always read, and that's the thing. Like, if you don't know how to pronounce someone's name, or if their name is really long, you'll just say the first thing, right?
Absolutely.
For a lot of people, you'll just say, like, a lot of people will call, Epic type. They'll just say Epic or whatever the case, because that's just the easiest thing. I'm sure some people call Tony Trash Panda.
I'm sure. Yeah, and almost.
That was the first stream. Mel.
Yeah. I remember the Purge on Discord when you had to just basically just purge everybody from the Discord.
Oh, the old one?
Yeah.
Yeah, so what happened because my first Discord had a lot of people because they were all there for the servers that we ran. And that's what I was doing. And then when I started streaming on Twitch, it got toxic because a lot of them were there for servers, so they were kind of making fun of Twitch. So they were making fun of me, and they, more importantly, and the reason why I deleted the Discord, they were making fun of my new friends that were coming in.
Yeah.
Like for Twitch, they were making fun of people that were coming in as Twitch friends because that was a different community. And so there was a lot of like toxicity, there was a lot of like name calling, and it got to a point where we were just deleting messages all the time. And the only reason why I kept it is because there were so many people. So I didn't want to. What'd Tony say? They think it's to me and they go with Tony. But yeah, it got to be really toxic, and I decided I'm not really going to be doing the servers anymore. I don't like this toxicity, so I deleted it.
Oh, okay.
I deleted it, and then I started a brand new Discord, which is the one we have now, just for Twitch. I still do servers here and there, but it's literally just for friends.
Yeah.
Just for like a few friends and for the community.
Yeah, you started. I think the first server I knew that you had was the Arc server.
Yeah.
And then the Valheim server,
and then the Valheim, which we have up again now too.
Okay. We have ads coming up in about 30 seconds. So while we are away, please take this opportunity to go stretch your legs. You know, grab a bite to eat, get something. You know, go to the restroom.
Valheim.
But we will be back in just a few short. Well, about 3 minutes and 30 seconds is what I have this timed out to be. Hopefully you won't be away long, but we'll come back.
Please come back.
And
please come back, please.
find out a little bit more about
My
CheebaTheHutt.
family depends on it.
Yep. Buy all the stuff. Buy all the stuff. But you just stuffed my face. Okay. Oh, I read
Megan,
that
what
wrong.
Did you stuff your face with?
Yeah.
I guess I'll do it again because Dad. Yeah, stuff your face again, Megan. You're pregnant. You have all the reasons.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have all the reasons to stuff your face. John, you should play Valheim.
Food.
If you want to play modded Valheim, I know where you can go. I know a place.
Chiba's got a modded Valheim server, which
modded Valheim.
By the way, I have uninstalled and reinstalled Valheim, and the mods are still there.
You have to delete them.
Yeah.
We have a server, John. We have a modded server though. Some people don't like that.
Yeah.
But I do because I hate running out of stam every 0.7 seconds.
Okay, we'll be right back.
With the amount of caffeine that I'm consuming.
And we're back.
Hello.
Chiba and I were talking about the Arc servers backstage. You wanted to tell John something. What was it?
Oh, I don't remember. Oh yeah, John. I was gonna say, you would love the modded servers then because they're modded, so you don't have to spend 30 hours, but it's also not ridiculous. So it's actually you still have to work and it's still
you still gotta
rewarding.
grind.
You still have to grind, but it's not like vanilla. It's I definitely do a balance for my own enjoyment and for quality of life as well.
Yeah. Now, John, if you get into Chiba and or his server, him and Tex and who was it? They built some amazing docks, buildings.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
We have a new server now, but it's funny you say that because we literally just built new docks on the new server.
Okay.
And it's funny because Tex built like a dock because we have like a competition. So he built like a dock, and I really wanted a dock. He's like, "Oh, Tex built one. I'm gonna go." And I built like a bigger and better one. And then he came on and saw my dock. He's like, fuck. And then he rebuilt his and made his even bigger and better. And he messaged me. He's like, I had to rebuild my dock because he went like way overboard. So I had to build a better one.
Yeah, their building skills are crazy.
John!
Yes.
Oh my, John. Oh my.
Excuse me. Still got that stuff moving around.
Yeah, I have not had COVID, I don't think. That I know of. I don't think I've had it. But I do not envy anyone that's had to deal with that.
If you've been ill at all over the last 3 years, you've probably had it.
Probably, and I just don't. And I heard that there's like a DNA test that you can do, which will tell if you've ever had it. I've heard that was a thing. Yeah. I'd be curious to get that done.
Yeah, when it first came around, in fact, before we were ever in lockdown, my wife got it, but we didn't know that's what it was at the time.
You wouldn't know, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's.
Oh, that sucks. I'm glad you guys are okay though. It wasn't the worst possible scenario for COVID.
Yeah. Now, if I get any older and catch it, I'm probably gonna die because my asthma's getting worse. You know. So
but if you
COVID
I feel like
comes
if you catch it again, it'll be less intense,
milder.
right?
Yes.
Because it'll be milder, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you've already had it.
Yeah.
Megan
This
is
will be
trying to
the
collect them
second
all.
time I've had it.
Yeah, Megan's had it 3 times, and they've all been different strains of it as well, which is
Yeah.
insane to me.
I hope you don't get
Beauty.
it while you're pregnant. I really hope you don't get it while you're
Yeah, I
pregnant.
hope you don't either, Megan. Megan, don't go anywhere.
Don't
You have to
go
be like
anywhere.
Bubble. You're gonna be like Bubble Girl.
That was the
You'll be
worst
like
part
Bubble Girl.
about this. You know, when I came down with it, and I have not left the house in 8, 9, 10 days, and I'm getting kind of stir crazy.
I would get stir crazy
Yeah.
too. Yeah. Yeah, that's a
You
long
did
time.
have it while pregnant. Oh my goodness.
Really, Megan?
Wow.
So your baby's gonna be like super immune then. Your
Yeah.
baby had COVID in the womb. And I still haven't managed to get. Yeah, Mel, you haven't got it once, and I'm wondering if maybe because I'm the same as you. I wonder if maybe we did get it, but we just don't know. If we had like a mild form of sickness and maybe we had it, I don't.
Well, I know
don't
that certain blood
We'd have to
types,
get the DNA test.
certain blood
Yeah.
types get it more mild than other. Like I forget what my wife is, but she's the one blood type that can get it like just at the drop of a hat. And
Really?
yeah, and then there's some people they get it and type O.
Yeah.
And then there's
Yeah, I
other
don't-
people that when they get it, it's just like having a 24-hour cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And luckily, most people I've seen, it's kind of been like that. It's been more milder than anything. But then
Yeah.
you hear about I have never seen any personally, but you hear about the extreme cases where
Mhm.
people have died or have massive severe
Yeah.
complications. And it's really scary.
Yeah. Okay,
It's real
so
scary.
we talked
Yeah.
about your how you learn streaming. What's your favorite part about streaming?
I don't know if any of us really learn streaming. We just none of us know what we're doing.
Oh, we're all professional.
One of my favorite parts of streaming is rating out, especially. Oh, am I gonna sneeze?
Are you? Look into
I'm
the
on the
light.
brink of
Look
a
into the light.
sneeze.
Look into the light.
We're just pretending, Wicked. We don't know what's happening. One of my favorite parts of streaming is rating, especially now where I can like raid people with like some form of number. It's nice to like I love seeing people's reactions and I love making someone's night.
Yeah.
But I love hanging out with people. Like I would honestly be happy with having like 10 or 20 people in chat
Hi, Eric.
that are just there hanging out with me.
Yeah.
I would so much rather so much rather would just have like 10 or 20 people that are just there talking and hanging out with me. I love hanging out with people. I love entertaining, and I love everything about this, honestly. Which is funny to me because I used to make fun of Twitch. I thought it was stupid. Like if you asked me 5 years ago or 6 years ago, I would like, no, that's why would we do this? This is dumb.
How are
And
you,
then you
Eric?
start watching Twitch and you're like, oh my god, I like this. I love this. This is amazing.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Okay. Like I'm gonna admit that I'm wrong. I was wrong because my son started Twitch. He started streaming to Twitch, and I was like,
Yeah.
"You're wasting your time. This is a complete waste. What
Yeah,
you know?"
see?
And I was like,
See?
and now here I am, 3 years later.
Yeah.
Here I
Doing
am.
your thing and you
And
love it.
I love it.
It's a whole thing. Yeah. I love it. And this is literally the best thing that has come from this is meeting everyone
Mhm.
and especially meeting like some of my best friends that I'll probably be friends with for the rest of my life at this point in some capacity, which is amazing. Like I'm closer to a lot of the people that I've met on Twitch, especially my very, very close friends that I've met on Twitch, than I am to people in real life at this point,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
which is crazy. Like there's people that know me better, like Mel and Megan and Olive and Eric and Alyssa, and all of these people like probably know me better than like some of my friends
Yeah.
in real life.
Well, that's the
Which is
funny
crazy.
thing because Uni and I have become really good friends with Butterfly and Orion.
Yeah,
it-
you guys
so-
are all really close.
Yeah, so we spent Thanksgiving over Discord with them in England.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, so,
That's really cute. Oh,
so
that's adorable. I love
yeah.
that.
My family they don't spend time with me. Of course,
There's-
my
yeah.
son and his wife and that family, they're in the Pacific Northwest, so I can't really see them that
You
often.
don't see them very
Yeah.
often. Yeah.
But I've got a daughter that lives 45 minutes away and never comes to visit. So yeah,
Oh,
so we spend time with people online.
yeah. And I think for a lot of us, this started during the pandemic as well.
Yeah.
And it's kind of just manifested from there. I know Flash Force and Heavy. Yes. They listen to you stuff my turkey. Oh my god.
I
Oh
so
my god.
we got your favorite part about streaming. What do you find? What's the worst part about streaming?
The worst part?
Yeah,
I don't even know. Probably the anxiety sometimes.
that's yeah, that's
I would
exactly.
say. And a lot of people like you don't have anxiety. It's like I
Mm,
think all of us. I'm almost like this. I could go out on a limb here, but I think every single person on Twitch deals with some form of mental. I think we're all fucked up in some way.
absolutely, yeah.
Everyone there's not a single person I've talked to
Anxiety,
on
who's
Twitch.
she?
I'm absolutely normal. I have no
Yeah.
issues. This is great. Everyone has like anxiety and depression and what have you. It's a whole thing. And I have anxiety, and my biggest anxiety, and I dealt with this yesterday. I was like freaking out before karaoke yesterday. I was having massive anxiety. I was like very depressed yesterday, and I think if I cancel enough streams back to back, it doubles that.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like I haven't done this in a while, and I get like really nervous to like go live and like do that, and I feel like I don't even know how to do this anymore. And then and then you get really like self-doubting.
I
Like
twin.
no one cares. Who wants to watch this? No one
Yeah.
cares. No one's gonna be there. And I deal with that a lot. I think everyone does, and I deal with that a lot. And people are like, oh, you shouldn't deal with that. I was like, well, we all do, and my anxiety is pretty bad sometimes.
Yeah, and
So I would say that is probably I would say like the hate rating and stuff, but I don't really see much of that.
Mhm.
Imposter syndrome, Mel. That's exactly
Yeah.
imposter syndrome. 100%. I feel that
Absolutely, yeah.
100%.
And see that was
Alyssa!
that's probably hi Alyssa. That's a
I'm
question
a
I had
walking
for you.
crisis. I need constant reassurance because I just always think that like if I again mental health. I'll like if someone doesn't like say hi to me like in enough streams like after a while I'll be like, oh, this person probably hates me now. What did I do? What have I done? I've probably done something. Did I say something wrong to them? What did I do? Oh, there was that one time where like I was really short with them. Maybe it was that. Do they hate me? They must hate me. Like
Yeah,
there's
that's everybody.
always,
Everybody.
yeah, it's constant. It's the vibe. Yeah, the vibe change for sure.
And see
It's
that's
constant anxiety.
that's a question I have later on down
Alyssa.
in this thing. But when when you're having that anxiety, or you just feel like I don't want to stream today. I don't. I can't do it. What
Yeah.
is there anything that motivates you to actually just say, you know what, screw it, I'm going to do it.
For me personally, it's I care so much about this, and I care about being consistent.
Mhm.
As late, I'm always late. As terrible as my what do you call it? Like my time management is,
Mhm.
and
Losing regulars, yeah. Thank you, Minnie. Yeah.
yeah, losing regulars for sure, and rejection I think are
Okay.
huge thing. Yeah, and that's another thing, Wicked too. Like if you see like people that you're really good friends with that were like always in your streams, you're always in there, and then they stop coming, and you see them in everyone else's streams, and they stop, and then you start to
Yeah.
self doubt. You start to doubt yourself, and like, well, what am I doing wrong? Why don't they like me anymore? What have I done to them? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You start kind of self doubting, and that's a thing we all deal with. Every single person here has dealt with that for sure.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you one thing for sure that okay, uh, I I'm not in a lot of evening streams, and I apologize, but my evening is when I get to spend time with Uni, and
Yeah.
by 9 o'clock, we're dead tired and in bed already.
Yeah, but you're like the father of Twitch bad, so you're like an exemption to that. We all understand, and that's the thing, and that's what sucks too is like so many of us stream in the evening. Especially, like I'm probably one of the later ones because I start
I old,
like after
yeah,
7
I'm old,
p.m.
yeah,
and I go till like midnight my time usually.
yeah. I've
But yeah,
I've seen you streaming later than midnight because there'll be times when
sometimes.
because when we go to bed at 9 o'clock, guess what happens? I'm awake at midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, oh,
And you
crap.
see, some nights for sure I'll be later. The thing is, if I stream past 12, that means I probably won't go to bed till 2 or 3, and then I have to get up at 7 for work, and then I'm just like perpetually tired
Yeah,
all the time. But
like,
Tony, no, Tony, I wasn't calling anyone. I was just saying like that as a generality. Like that's something that we all deal
yeah.
with. Tony, you're still there. You guys are all there. Everyone in this chat.
So do you
I
have
don't remember what we're
do you have
what we were
a,
talking about.
strategy for exposure, like to get your channel out there? Do you do the social medias or advertise it at all?
That's something I'm really bad at that I really want to get better at because I actually have a background in video editing. I
Mhm.
went to college for that. I have a background in video editing. I have a background in production. I went to school for film and television. I love this stuff, but I'm really lazy. I don't have an excuse. I'm really lazy, and I also am very bad with time management. It'll take me like 4 hours to clean my apartment, which should only take a normal human being 45 minutes because I procrastinate. I do like 75 loops around my apartment while I'm like typing in streams and talking on my phone, and so I procrastinate so much in a day. I never give myself enough time, but I don't do enough social media, and I should. And there's quite a
And
few
that's
friends
on
of mine that
ADHD. Exactly.
yeah, there's quite a few friends of mine that are very good at social media and doing that and pumping out clips all the time and
Hmm.
edit and YouTube, and I envy that because
You're
I
right,
have the
Olive.
skills. Cheapa's the picture of ADHD. This is true. Same dude. For me, it's not lazy. Yeah, John. For me, it's I don't have an excuse. I'm very self-aware. I'm very lazy when it comes to this.
ADHD is me too. Yeah.
I basically I can manage to be consistent with streaming. So streaming is pretty much all I do. Where I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and try to be as consistent as possible. And I think that is, if anyone asks you like what they could do to be better, it's that.
Yeah.
Be as consistent as you possibly can. Don't like cancel when you absolutely have to, and when life gets in the way. And it's like that's the
Yeah.
biggest thing. But social media, if you can do that, you like, yes, that's a very good thing to do, and that will like push you over the edge with exposure. That's the best thing. That and building relationships. I would say that's number one.
Yeah.
Building relationships with other people, and being in other streams and supporting fellow friends and streamers
Yeah.
is the most important thing overall. And then second to that would be like social media and things like that.
Yeah. Do you think being in other Discord channels or Discord communities helps with that as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I that's one of the big. So I take about four. It takes about four. That's why I'm always late for work in the morning. It takes about 45 minutes in the morning, and I try to interact in pretty much every Discord that I'm in, which is
You do. You do really well at that.
I try. And some like I didn't today because today I was hungover and I didn't wake up till 1, and I had to. I wanted to. I had to shower and get ready, but
It's not as
I
good as
try
you
to
think.
interact. I try to interact in as many Discords as I can every day.
Yeah,
And
Benny, that's true.
to me that's not a lot. It's just something I do, and I've always done that. But I think recently like people have noticed and people have like thanked me for that, and I'm like, oh, it's no thank you. And then Anju and Jay were two ones where like it almost like made me tear up a bit. Like Anju and Jade had sent me messages like just thanking me for um, posting gifts and how much those gifts meant to them every
Hmm.
morning. And I was like, I'm just posting gifts. I didn't know this
Oh
this
yeah,
affected.
it means a
It was
lot to me
really
to see
emotional.
you when you do it in my channel. It means so much, and
I
I've said thank you to you as well. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and that's you were showering when I know Tony. I had to though. I didn't. I had to look like as presentable as I could in my hungover state for bad stream.
He's
But
doing his
yeah,
routine
that's
GIF. Yeah.
I do that, and that's something. And yeah, the messages that I got like from people like Anju and Jay and others, like I literally like made me emotional because to me it doesn't feel like it's not a lot of effort on my part. It's just something I
Right.
do, and then to them it means a lot more, and that means a lot to me.
Yeah. Him, Olive, and Alyssa
Megan,
keep my Discord somewhat alive while suck at Discord.
that's yeah. Megan says that, and also Allie. Allie's funny because like her whole Discord is like me and like Olive and others just posting good morning gifts all the time.
Uh,
Wicked. But yeah,
um.
I think the most important thing is building relationships with people, and just being there, being in other
Mhm.
streams, supporting other people, and I think that is hands down the biggest and most important thing you can do.
Yeah. Hang out in other people's channels.
Yeah, and supporting
Uh.
other people.
Because
It's
when you're
huge.
sitting in there talking and you're reacting to the streamer and you're also talking with chat, they get to know you as well.
Yeah, they get to know, and you don't even like. I know there's certain people like One Speed. When I first met, I was in One Speed stream for like a while before he even knew I streamed.
Oh wow.
He didn't even know I was a streamer for a while,
Yeah.
and there's been others as well. There was someone, a friend of mine rated in
Bye, John.
with someone else that was in her stream, and I was going to his streams for a while, and he didn't know I streamed. And he came in, he's like, Chiba, I didn't know you streamed, because you're just you're not there to say, "Hey, I'm a streamer." I'm here. You're just here to build relationships and hang out with
Yeah.
people and support your friends and genuinely support your friends. And I think that's what it's all about.
Double edged
Basically,
have to
and
do
I
with
think
a lot of community
Mel said,
parasites. Community parasites, yeah, those are a thing
yeah,
as well. Yeah,
community parasites are also a thing. Yeah, I think Mel said this a while ago too. But it's funny because Twitch is mainly, if you think about it, it's just streamers supporting other streamers for the most part.
absolutely.
Like
Yeah,
that's pretty much the majority. There's very few people on Twitch that don't stream in some capacity. Everyone on Twitch streams themselves, and we're all just streamers supporting other streamers
yeah.
for the most part.
So you mentioned before that you didn't really care for Twitch to in the begin with, and uh, but when you did do Twitch and you became an affiliate, how did that feel?
It felt really good. It felt, and I think affiliate is a very achievable. Am I even speaking words? A very achievable.
Achievable, not
Achievable.
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 Achievable. It's a very achievable thing. But no, it feels really good when you hit like affiliate. Because it can be hard because before I met the Faz community, I just had 2 Valheim streams with 2 viewers in it, and it was literally one of them was just me watching myself. So like to hit a 3
Achievable could be a word now. Yes.
achievable to hit a 3 viewer average and 50 like that, it feels really good.
Yeah.
It feels really good to hit those achievements. And Twitch is like an addiction. Like once you get into it, it's amazing. And it's literally my life. I like 70% of my day is Twitch.
Yeah. Well, I've seen your numbers over the last year and a half now. I think that we've known
It's
each
been
other.
about, yeah.
I've seen
I met you in the beginning.
your streams have become phenomenal. I mean, you started out, I think, with like 10, 15 viewers. And now, whenever I go in there, there's at least 40 to 50, sometimes 75 viewers.
Yeah.
Do you think you would become partner? Could you
I
think
have
you could?
no idea.
You don't you don't have a desire to?
I would love to, but I don't know. I'm like not close to it. I can tell you that I'm not very close. But I would love to be partner. I think I have achieved right now. Like I love where I'm at right now.
Mhm.
I love this. I love the people that are there. I love everything about my
Over
stream. I would
100
love to be
people? Wow.
karaoke was insane
Yeah.
last night. It's not always like that though, and people have to understand. Like Twitch goes up. Like I'll have streams where I'm in like the 30s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Oh,
it's Twitch,
yeah,
and
absolutely.
you'll
He will hit it one day and it'll surprise the shit out of him.
yeah. I guess like it's not like something I'm obviously going for. I want to, I don't. Here's the thing. I don't think you could ask a single person and be like, would you take part? I think no one would say no.
Hmm.
No one who's gonna say, oh, if I hit partner, fuck that shit. I'm not taking that. Fuck partner. No, like no one's gonna say that. There's very few people, so everyone wants it.
Right.
Everyone. Well, yeah, wicked, but there's very few people. You can agree. You would say no,
I think the
but
person who really wants partner would start video editing.
I don't understand why anyone wouldn't want
Yeah.
partner. The only reason I can see why you wouldn't want it is because you want to be able to stream on everything, which you can do now as partner.
Yeah.
So I think most people would want partner, and I would love to have partner as well, but it's not something that like I'm basing my entire Twitch
Okay.
on. Like I would never do a partner push. I would never do anything like that. If it happens, it will just happen naturally. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Yeah, I
It's just
think
one of
it's
those things.
important
But
for it to happen organically.
I
Yeah.
love I love this, and I love where I am right now. I'm incredibly fortunate, and I'm incredibly lucky to have the friends that I have that support me and are there, and that is the most important thing for me, to have that.
Nice.
The fact that I have people talking in my chat, and I can hang out, like that's what matters to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, of course, if I hit partner, I would absolutely accept it. I would love that. I think that
Nice.
would be amazing.
Okay.
It's partner is a goal for the majority of people who stream.
Mhm.
I can tell you right now, there's probably 95% of Twitch that is a goal for them, or they would accept it. There's very few people that would not.
It's not a goal of mine, but I think if it ever happened one day, I'd be,
Yeah,
absolutely.
exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you're in the same thing. Like you're not like gunning for it. You're not like, yeah. It's just if it happens, it happens. And Mel was one of those people. Mel was someone. It happened. She didn't go for it. She wasn't like,
Yeah.
I'm doing a partner push. It just happened. It happened to her.
Absolutely.
She did absolutely. Mel blew up. She's one of like those success stories where it's just Twitch latches onto people
Mm-hmm.
sometimes. Like sometimes you're just like, what the fuck just happened?
Mm-hmm.
And Mel's one of those people because Mel had like 300 followers. She was doing amazing. She's like an incredible woman, and all of a sudden it's just like, bam! She got like 4,000 followers as your partner. Like Mel is one of those like incredible. Those are rare success stories, and she's one of those where she
Yeah.
just blew up. She blew up and did incredible and got partner in a very short amount of time. And
Yeah.
it was insane. It's been insane to watch her journey because I met her early on for her when she only had like 300 followers, and then
Mhm.
she just like blew up, and it's insane.
Yeah,
But people
I
also
think
have to understand too that doesn't happen to everyone.
No, it does not. It
This
does
is not
absolutely.
like a lot of people to get partner. Most partners are streaming 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
4 years. It's a long. You could be streaming for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, and then you hit it. It's
That's exactly
yeah.
it. Mel is
Mel's
genuine.
genuine. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I saw her in your channel a few times, and I think she was in Meggers, and so I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I'd follow her. And I think at the time she was like 300 or 400 followers at the time, and then the
Yeah,
next
she
thing I
blew up really
know,
quick.
people are saying, "Hey, Mel just made partner." I'm like, "What the fuck?"
I just followed this woman. What is happening? Where are we? Are the Russians invading us?
Yeah.
No, it's insane. And that's what I mean. That's like those are like one of those. It was cool to see that happen. It was cool to be like best friends with someone that happened to because you don't usually see that. It doesn't happen to everyone. Like usually,
Right.
like I say, it's years and years and years. And most of the partners I know have been streaming for at least 2 years
Yeah.
before they hit partner.
Well, okay, like when people are watching you, your streams, Mel's streams, and Meggers, Alyssa, Callie, we're all of us are genuine people when we stream. And I have gone into people's chats that they're on. They're trying to entertain. And those are some of the worst streams to watch when they're showing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've heard you talk about this, how you talk about like when no one's talking and you can just see them being themselves, and all of a sudden someone starts talking and you see like a change.
Yes.
You see like a change in character and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
The force. I don't like that. And that's a whole part of Twitch. Like I know there's obviously a market for this, and I think a lot of the market for it is Gen Z specifically. But some of the biggest streamers in the world right now are they're the forced ones. Where it's like this very forced, holy fucking shit, Chad! Did you fucking see that? Like it's like this crazy, like I'm like, oh my god, like but they're the biggest streamers in the world right now are those types. So I don't understand it. I've tried to watch it, and it's just very Jen.
Jen.
I will be your Gen Z Jen. I don't understand it, and the only thing I can attribute to it is I'm just too old to get it. It's just not. Yeah, they're awkward and cringy, Megan, and for whatever reason, awkward. Not to bash anyone that enjoys that, because everyone, like I said, we all enjoy our own things. But we obviously know that most people here are part of the same community. Most of us are in our 30s or older.
Yeah.
Most of us. There's a few of us in our 20s, but most of us are in our 30s or older. And that's kind of the.
There's like 1% that are really old.
Yeah. then there's bad. Then there's bad over here. But yeah, and that's the kind of I don't like that.
Yeah.
And I can't watch streams that are like that. And those are unfortunately the most popular streamers in the world right now are that where it's like forced. It's
Wicked,
forced
you are
chaos.
not kidding. I'm
Wicked. Yeah, Wicked. The funniest thing I was just talking about this the other day was like I've played like public lobbies on Faz and like other games with like just random sometimes just to experience it. And there's two types of how young people some will call you young. Some, oh, you're not that old. Some will be like, holy shit, you're ancient. And they're like 20 years old. I'm like, I'm only in like my early 30s.
Yeah. Okay, we'll be right back with more with Chiba in just a few minutes, for about 3.5 minutes. So come back and hang out with us.
I need to blow my nose.
Holy shit, Doc, Britt, thank you so much for those raids. Did anybody else? I just got 2, right? Because I heard 3 alerts going off. And now you're back. Now we're back. Yeah, Chiba still got a cheer stream. Just 2. Okay, thank you. Doc, thank you so much for that raid. Britt, thank you so much for that raid. I appreciate you both so much. Thank you. I can't. Wow. I I stepped away for just a second, and I come back, and all this shit was going on. I was like, what the hell?
Oh my god, Doc!
Doc!
Brit! Doc and Britt rated you?
Doc and Britt rated me.
No, I was not pooping, Alyssa. I had to get coffee. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's going to be soon after that coffee.
Probably.
Yeah.
This is my second one during the interview. Oh my
Um,
god, Charlie!
How much time do you have today?
I have a little bit more time.
Okay, cool. Then I think we'll try to go a little bit longer. Normally at this time
Sure.
we start doing the lightning round, but this has been such an interesting podcast so far. I thought maybe I'd go ahead and finish my questions.
I'm glad because I'm like I say, you're literally getting me at my worst right now because I'm very hungover and tired.
You're absolutely fine.
Thank you,
Doc, Britt,
Doc. Oh my god.
thank you for those raids. Please go get you some self-care. Take a break. You know, if you have time to come back, this great, fantastic. If not, please, y'all have a great, fantastic day. Thank you so much. And to those followers, Fruit Sand,
Thank you.
yeah, Thomas, thank you for following. Thank you guys are amazing. Appreciate it.
Very much so, Charlie.
Thank you for following.
Thomas.
Multicoder, thank you for the follow. What's the scariest game you've played so far?
That's a hard question to ask because there's a lot of really good ones. The scariest.
I think at one time you had said that the Emily was the scariest one you had played.
I wouldn't say that Emily Wants to Play is the scariest, but Emily Wants to Play definitely had the most abrupt jump scares that scared me, and that's the one I broke my monitor
Visage.
on. Was Emily Wants. Yes. So what I was going to say is the most scariest overall in the terms of being like just in a constant state of anxiety and being uncomfortable and scared was Visage.
Okay.
Visage is probably one of the best horror games I played in that regard. There's a lot of games I really love though that have like really good. I love the Locked Up series. I loved Locked Up. I loved Locked Up and Summer 58. I think those are two of my favorites.
Summer 58, yeah.
Yes, it's so. And the newest one, Father's Day. I thought Father's Day was. I love that whole series.
I have not seen that game yet.
Father's Day is really good. It's the next in line from Amica Games, and it's like a prequel to.
Thank you for following.
The
Thank you,
second
Gator.
game, I forget the name. Gator. I forget the name. The second one. There's Locked Up. Find Yourself. It's the prequel to Find Yourself. It's really good. But I would say Visage is probably overall one of the best horror games I've played.
Okay.
Visage. I have not played the one that everyone's been talking about, which is that new one that came out that has a lot of puzzles in it. I haven't played that. I don't remember what it's called.
Thank you for
I
the
will say my favorite new game, the two of my favorite newer games, horror games, are Mortuary Assistant and Poppy's Playtime.
Oh, Poppy's Playtime, yeah.
Poppy's Playtime is really good. I love Poppy's Playtime. Doc! Father's Day is really good, Jen. Madison. Yeah, Madison is the new one. Have you seen that?
I have not played or seen that one. But
Madison's,
yeah,
it's like a Visage type.
Melancholy Blues said that was a nope.
Yeah. See, I
Hi,
don't
Doc.
get turned off. Doc! I don't get turned off from games for being scary. The hardest thing for me is I obviously have like undiagnosed ADHD in some capacity. So when I'm streaming, I have a hard time with games that have very complicated puzzles. Okay. And I have a tendency to get frustrated. So if I'm streaming and I'm trying to like keep up with chat and everything, and I'm trying to like play this game, it's really hard to do that. And I'm like, Charlie, and then I get frustrated. So I try to avoid those games, but I still like Visage is one of those.
Yeah.
Visage, I like greatly needed people's help. I greatly had people like holding my hand and like guiding me through part of it. And Madison is also like that, I hear.
I had to have that with Visage. Broken Butterfly told me about the game, and of course, idiot me got it.
Yeah.
And then had to be held basically by the hand the whole time I was playing it with her because she had played it before, and I was like, okay, what am I supposed to do now?
Yeah, it's hard. It's such a good game though. It's just hard.
Yeah.
Jen, did you beat it though? Right? Did you beat it, Jen? You must not have beat it if you'll never play it again. I think this is just the best though. This is just definitely the best. And the locked up
Uni
series,
says,
more
what was the
choices.
most chaotic stream you've done? Probably karaoke.
Like ever?
Yeah, what's the most chaotic stream you've ever done?
In terms of like what? Like viewers or like chaos happening? Probably a birthday stream. I would say probably my birthday stream.
Oh,
I think
yeah,
was,
yeah.
I think that was probably the most chaotic in terms of just chaos. But karaoke, yeah, karaoke is definitely yeah. I think the last birthday stream was the most chaotic, but karaoke for sure are the most chaotic streams.
Yeah.
And that's why karaoke for me.
In terms
It's
of
not like
viewer interactions?
my birthday stream.
Yeah,
My birthday stream. I think
absolutely
that
the
goes.
birthday stream.
I think that goes for most people. When anyone that does a birthday stream, that's 100% probably going to be your biggest stream of the year, usually for most people.
Yeah, and if you
'Cause
haven't
everyone-
experienced a Chiba stream, if you have not gone to a Chiba stream, most of his streams are kind of mini chaotic to begin with. But his birthday stream absolutely blew it out of the water.
that that was insane. That was insane for me. You make goals and you don't expect to hit them.
Hmm.
And then we hit them, and I didn't actually expect. The cake smash I was going to do regardless because it was such a big thing. I was gonna do it because I already bought all the stuff to do it, and I was gonna do it at the end of stream no matter what happened, even if we only hit like 100 subs or so, I was still gonna do it regardless.
Yeah,
And we
I
hit
almost
the
put that
goal.
clip into the trailer, into the promo.
Oh my god. People were telling me to not wear a shirt. I'm like, I'm wearing a shirt. I'm sorry. I'm not going shirtless on stream.
That's
You don't
fantastic.
want to see that. So yeah, I wore like a cutoff shirt or something, and then yeah, it was really funny.
Better than cake farting? What? Much.
Yeah. Oh, was it?
Oh,
I think it
God.
was Eric. When we first started talking about it, Eric wanted me to sit on a cake.
Oh no.
Yeah. So instead of doing the cake smash, Eric was like, you should like sit on a cake. I want you to sit on a cake for the finale. I'm like, so that was like, I'm glad we didn't do that, but that's what it was going to be.
if you had a moment,
I show off my nips, but not my whole torso, just the nipples.
Jen
We do
asks,
talk about nipples a lot.
if you had a moment in time to go back and do it all over again, what would that be?
Like, what would I change?
Yeah, in your streaming, I guess.
If you had a moment in time to go back and do it all over again, what would that be? Like, what would I do? Would I do it all over again, T-Beat, or would I change something? I don't know if I would change. I think the only thing I would change it, I would try to do social media more.
Yeah.
As we talked about earlier, I think that's the hardest thing to keep up with, and that's the hardest thing that I struggle with is keeping up with social media. In terms of everything that's happened, I think I would do it again the same way that I did it, because I don't really know how to do it any other way other than what I did.
I think if you did TikToks more, I think you'd be really good at it.
I love TikTok. TikTok's my favorite, and I think that for everyone, I think TikTok's the best for clips.
Hmm.
And there's a few people I've seen, like one of my good friends and the leader owner of the stream team that I'm in, Midnight Society, Flash Force.
Mhm.
He's an example of someone that does fantastic with TikTok. TikTok, for fuck's sakes. He's probably one of the best people I know that posts on TikTok, and you saw that. So Flash, for example, and here's a huge example. He had like a dip in viewers for a little bit.
Hmm.
When I first met him, he had like a dip in viewers for a little bit, where his viewers like went down, and then he went on this TikTok binge where he was posting phenomenal TikToks multiple times a week, and his growth just went skyrocketed.
Yeah.
Like he has had an insane growth recently, and a lot of that's attributed to him being so amazing at doing clips in TikTok and posting on social media. That's why it's so important to do it, but a lot of us don't, and I don't, and I struggle.
Yeah.
I struggle with it.
Yeah. And you don't even have to post your clips, really. You could probably just be, doing random TikToks throughout the day, of just
It's
just
so
you
awkward for me
driving
though.
around.
I don't know what to do.
You'd be good at it though, I think. I think you'd be great
I
at it.
I'd have to like think of somebody. Yeah, but that's something I would change, and that's something I would do is posting more on social media, more than I have, and I think that would have helped maybe more. Because all I literally do right now is I just go live
Yeah.
3 to 4 days a week.
Yeah, and that was one of the things I wanted to mention
Thank you,
earlier.
Megan.
Is I wish I could do like a schedule. The problem is not everybody who streams, that's my guess is streamers, and I can't
Yeah,
always fit my schedule around there. So I don't have a schedule. I do it when the guests can.
it's hard. Well,
Yeah.
and this is a very unique thing that you're doing. There's only one other person I know that does this, and he's a good friend of mine, and a lot of us, Phantasma J. He's the only other person I know that does this, and I think this is an amazing idea. I love the podcast thing. I love it. I love the format. I think it's a lot of fun,
Yeah.
and I've had a lot of fun doing this. I had a lot of fun doing Jay's as well, and I think this is really. But it's an interesting format where you can't do a schedule.
Right.
You kind of have to do it whenever you get a guest in, and like, what day can you do it on? You know.
Hey, Daru.
Dadu!
Streaming is scary enough on its own. Social
Jen-
media is terrifying. You're right, Doc. It is.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, Doc is hilarious. Doc is the one person I know that doesn't do any. He tries. He started doing Twitter.
mhm.
He's doing Twitter. He's doing the Twitter thing. But Doc is the one person I know that I don't think does any form of social media whatsoever.
Yeah. Well, I understand because besides this, doing the podcast and the Switch streaming, when you
Yeah.
branch out to try to make a TikTok or a Twitter to promote this, I've got anxiety about it. I mean, okay, what do I do? How many clips do I do, or do I just show
Yeah.
myself on my TikTok? And it's branching out to do those different things. It's a little bit daunting.
It's anxiety. Yeah, it is
Yeah.
daunting is the right word. It's definitely Doc. You're doing great. Thank you, Jen. Jen, you have amazing. See, Jen actually does TikToks as well. Like Jen will actually
Yeah.
post actual TikToks, like not just clips of stream, but she'll actually post TikToks
Yeah.
and stuff too, which is really. And I wish I could do that. But no, it's very daunting. It's daunting, and it is anxiety inducing, and you don't really know what the proper way to approach it is. I don't think anyone does.
Yeah.
We
Y-
all just do what we think.
Yeah, and then
is
there's
best, I guess.
that one TikTok that you'll do that goes viral, and you just I haven't done it yet, but Mel did it.
Yeah, it's funny because again, she's an anomaly. Doesn't make sense. Like some people will just go, and Mel, who does not give a fuck about TikTok,
Yeah.
she's like everyone's doing TikTok. I'll do a TikTok, and then she puts up a clip and it goes viral.
Seriously,
Just like that.
I made
Yeah.
a comment on it, and I'm still getting likes on my comment on
Yeah,
her TikTok.
no, whatever. A couple of hers have gone viral, and it was just fun. It's just funny because, well, I'm gonna do a TikTok. We'll see how this goes, and then she does one, and then bam, just goes viral.
Yeah, do
She
something
was too
outside the
busy
box.
spending.
Yeah.
This is true.
17 hours completing one task to make TikTok.
And that's what I mean. Like, it's funny because I actually, if I was a better person, if I was like someone who knew how to manage my time better, I have time to do things, but I'm not good at managing, and I'll spend a lot of time doing one thing, and a lot of it's usually Twitch. Like most of my time is Twitch. I'm always in someone's stream, and a lot of it's in the day. If you're a daytime streamer, I'm usually better at being there in the daytime.
hmm
Because night times are like yourself. Night times are usually busy for me. I'm there a lot in the nighttime, but usually I stream like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Tuesdays I'm always playing a Mel stream. Like there's always stuff going on.
Jen,
Do TikTok? No. Jen, that would not go over well.
do more
That would
cake
not go over
smashes.
well.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I would never. I don't think I would ever. I would never do that ever. Even if I was in a place where like I was comfortable with my
Hi, Rob.
body. Rump! Even
Rob.
if I was comfortable with my body, I would never
Yeah.
do that ever. I
So
don't think.
we mentioned your scariest game. What's the game you have the most fun playing? You mentioned your Valheim streams and your Ark. You said Ark, I think, is what.
I probably my favorite games off stream right now is Valheim. All I want to play is Valheim. Valheim, Ark, PUBG I was really big in, and then this is one of those games where I hated. I thought it was dumb. I didn't understand why people played it. I hated this game, and then now I play it as Fortnite.
See, my granddaughter won't let me play Fortnite. Fortnite.
I
She says old people
yeah
should not play that game, and you would probably fall in that category.
yeah. I hated Fortnite, and then now I like Fortnite. So Fortnite's one of those games that I have a
Excuse
lot of
me.
playtime in off stream. So yeah, like Fortnite, PUBG, Ark, Valheim, games like that. And then I do love Phasmophobia,
Fortnite.
and I do
Yeah.
obviously play a lot of Phasmophobia as well.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Jimmy
following.
loves Fortnite now. Rump.
Chaotic.
What about you? What game do you play a lot of off stream?
Off stream. Valheim. Sims 4. I've just
You
gotten
play
back
The
into
Sims.
my Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'm learning.
Oh, I used to play that.
I'm doing ground school right now.
Do you? Do you have the I literally bought a joystick.
I used to have exactly that joystick,
Yeah.
but no, I don't
Yeah.
have one now.
I bought this just to play literally just to play Microsoft Flight Simulator when I first bought my PC. This is like one of the first things I bought to play that because I love that game.
Yeah,
haven't
Tony,
played
I
it in a
do
while.
Sims 4.
Tony loves The Sims.
Yeah.
The Sims is one of those games that I've played since it came out as well. Pretty
Yeah.
much, I love The Sims.
It's
I remember playing the first one on my aunt's computer when it like first came out in like the early 2000s. The first
Yeah.
one.
now the one game that it's not really fun, but it's relaxing, calming is Power Wash Simulator.
Yeah, I was wondering if you were gonna say that because that's the one I've seen you play the most of.
Yeah, that one
I
I can just zone out to.
I haven't played that yet. I feel like I
Really?
need to because I've watched a lot of people play House Flipper. Yeah, Jen plays a lot of House Flipper.
Yeah.
I have that. I haven't played a lot of that either.
Whenever Jen mentions House Flipper, I like, no, do not mow the grass. Shh.
I feel like I need to play House Flipper and Power Wash Simulator. I haven't played, but I think I would enjoy it. It would be just one of those things you kind of want to do like at the end of the
Playing
day,
Pow-
winding down.
Yeah.
Playing House Flipper right now.
So,
I'm afraid.
yeah. Yeah, Uni plays House Flipper now. And
I need to.
yeah.
It's basically like kind of like The Sims, is it not? But you're flipping houses.
Well,
'Cause
you're
That's one of my favorite things about The Sims is building houses, and
yes,
decorating
that is
houses
my
and
favorite
stuff,
part.
yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like whenever I start a new world in The Sims, I'll spend about 6 hours building a house and doing everything, decorating it, and then it'll get to a point where 6 hours have gone by. I built the house, and by the time that's done, I don't want to play anymore. That's happened so many times over the year. Well, I'll spend all this time. The house is built after 6 or 7 hours. I'm like, okay. I'm kind of like, I don't really feel like playing now. It's been a while. Then I won't play it for a couple days.
Tony, I am a terrible builder in Sims 4. I don't do it correctly. I'll get better, but yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like Valheim. I enjoy the building aspect of Valheim more than I do the exploring.
I love the building aspect of Valheim. That's one of my favorite things too. I love
Yeah.
exploring too. Valheim's. Oh, I just see it. I love Valheim. Valheim.
Yeah.
If you don't play Valheim, you should, because Valheim's amazing. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Everyone
Valheim.
should play it.
The building aspect of Ark. I would rather do that than kind of explore out and get killed every 5 seconds.
Yeah. See, that's one of the best and worst things about Ark is it motivates you to get better, but it's also really frustrating and turns a lot of people off of the game because you'll just die in the first 30 seconds over
Okay.
and over and over again.
Yeah. Well, okay. I'm one of those people that if I get killed more than 3 or 4 times in a minute, I'm like rage quitting, and I'll never play that game for 2 more months. But
Yeah.
my
That's same.
friend Broken Butterfly 91, she has been playing Resident Evil Village, and for the last 3 days, she's been doing the what is it, Miranda?
Like the storyline that she's doing?
Yeah, she's on a boss, and she's been fighting this boss for the last
Oh.
3 days, trying to pass this
Oh,
boss.
so she has patience.
Buku patience.
Yeah.
I'm like, man,
See,
I
I
don't.
would be out of there. Yeah.
Done.
If I die like 2 or 3, yeah, exactly. If I die 2 or 3 times, I would be out. I'd be done. Okay. I'm
Yeah.
gonna put this game away for like a week and I'll come back to it. We'll rendezvous later.
Yep.
And try again.
Oh,
Final boss.
man.
I haven't played Res. I haven't. played any of the Resident Evil games, and I have to. I have Village. Village was gifted to me, and I'm told I have to play 7 first
No, okay.
for the story of Village. So I want to play Resident Evil at some point. I just haven't. I remember the first time I played it was on GameCube. I played one of them on GameCube,
Wow.
and I remember being so terrified because I was a kid. I remember being so terrified I never touched it again
When
after
when did GameCube come out? What was that? 90. Oh, okay.
2001,
Was it really?
like early. Yeah, I
Wow.
think it was like early. I was like 11 or 12 when I was
Okay, but
playing
see,
Resident Evil.
people say 20 years ago, and in my mind, 20 years ago is still like 1975.
How does that?
No.
Yeah, how does that go for you? Like how? Because 20 years ago for me was, I think 20 years for anyone is massively different.
Mhm.
Because 20 years ago for you, you would have been in your 30s, right?
Right. Yeah.
Like how does that? Does it feel like yesterday?
No.
It does feel like 20. Okay, it
it
does feel like 20 years ago.
Uni and I have been married 38 years, almost 30, this February will be 39 years.
Oh
And
wow.
I can't wrap my brain around that.
Yeah, you've been married longer than I've been alive.
Yeah,
Which
and
is
so
crazy.
time for me when somebody says, "Oh, 20 years ago," I'm like, well, 1975. What are you talking about? What? That wasn't. Oh, wait, that's
But
2000.
how has it been for you though? Because you, like, I think I'm part of one of those last generations before the internet. So I had a whole life before the
Oh,
internet.
yeah.
I had a whole life where like we were outside playing. We didn't have cell phones. We didn't have internet, and that got introduced to me as a kid.
Hmm.
Like I remember being like a teenager and we connecting to dial-up. But you grew up long before
Long
where that
before
was
computers.
most of your life
Yeah,
was not this, and this has been the last
right.
last 10 years or 20 years. How is that for you?
Oh, it's horrible. You know, when you think back to those times when you didn't have computers, you didn't have dial-up, you didn't have the smartphones and everything. It was such a simpler time.
Yeah.
Um, and when we wanted to look up something, we went to a magazine or a library or the newspaper. We didn't Google, hey, didn't have that.
You didn't have it. It was, yeah. It took a
Yeah,
lot longer to do stuff, which is crazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
And I remember like going to my, like if I wanted to go hang out with a friend in the 90s or early, like I had to go, like I would either call them or go to their house.
hmm
Now you just text them.
yeah,
You just text them or you.
another thing is the fortunate thing about that is when I was young enough to do stupid shit, there wasn't TikTok to catch me doing the stupid shit.
Yeah. Or if you said stupid shit when you were younger, it's not going to come back and bite you in the ass later.
Right.
Because it wasn't recorded on Facebook or Twitter where someone can like look back that post in like 15 years later, like, hey, he said this 15 years ago before he was educated on the topic, and the entire world changed
Yeah.
later on. That's
And
like a whole cultural thing that we have right
yeah,
now.
like my wife says, but his success in later years has been because of technology. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Um,
think technology is amazing. Like, I
mhm.
think it's better, but I think it's scary to see like where we'll go with it.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, it's
Speaking
scary
of
to see
that,
what'll happen.
okay, I don't remember Mix It Up. I mean, yeah, I don't remember Mix It. The streaming service, Mixer, Mixer.
Oh, Mixer.
Sorry,
You don't remember Mixer?
I don't remember Mixer. Um,
I mean,
but
it's very insignificant. So it's not a big deal.
yeah, I think it was owned by Microsoft, and then they sold it off,
Hmm.
and then people had to, race to find a different platform, and that's when how Justin TV became Twitch.
Well, Twitch existed before Mixer.
Oh, it
Like
did.
long.
I'd see. I thought it
It
was.
did. No, Justin TV. I'm pretty sure Justin TV was first
Hmm.
or one of the first, if I'm not mistaken. But Mixer, from what I could be wrong. I know Justin TV was first, but Mixer was a thing for Xbox because there was no way for like people to stream on Xbox really,
Right.
and you couldn't stream on Twitch. I don't think at that time. So Mixer came out. Streaming has ended all of my political ambitions. Doc could have been the president of the United States.
Yes.
And now he's a streamer, and that whole ambition he had is gone. He'll
Yeah.
never be the president now.
Well, he could be, but it would be a little
He
bit
still could
harder.
be.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, Mixer was like an easy platform to stream from Xbox, and then I think it was all like it's like Fetch and Mean Girls. They were trying to make Mixer happen, and it just never happened.
Okay.
And then they were trying to like they spent all this money. They were like pulling streamers over to Mixer, and people just didn't like latch on to Mixer in the way that they did to Twitch. I think like Twitch Twitch just has there's something about Twitch, the whole community aspect, the way everything's set up, the chat, the overlay, the bits, everything that Twitch does is just perfect and it works. Well, we know there's issues with Twitch, but
Yeah.
that whole thing, and no one else has been able to capture that the same way. I don't think. Even you, I think the closest is YouTube, but like, I think YouTube's live is shitty.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
It's not inviting, right? Like when someone goes live on YouTube, it looks like the YouTube live setup looks like something that would have come out in like 2004.
Yeah.
Like it's very basic and ugly. But YouTube as a platform is the best in the world. YouTube is hands down the best. I watch probably like 10% more YouTube than Twitch, but Twitch and YouTube are the same. But Twitch live streaming just sucks donkey dick, and I don't know why they won't fix it. So like, just make it look prettier, man.
Yeah.
If you made Twitch live or YouTube live just look prettier, look somewhat like nicer the way that Twitch looks, I think a lot more people would go to it.
Yeah. Okay, we'll be right back after these messages. 3.5 minutes. Come back in just a few minutes. And we're back.
Do bees have knees? I don't know. I agree. He is the bee's knees talk. Do bees have knees?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So Jen's question.
Yeah, we have Jen's asked, when you have downtime, what do you do? What do you spend your time doing?
Twitch. Pretty much. Twitch is like everything that I do for the most part, because I don't have a family or anything. Well, I'm not like married. I'm not married with kids or anything. Like I live in a 2-bedroom apartment by myself with 2 cats.
Time to Google.
So most of my time is spent on Twitch, and if it's not Twitch, I'm at work, or I'm playing games. I'm playing games on my
Megger
PC.
says, I was going to say his downtime is sleeping.
Sleeping, a lot of sleeping, a little bit of guitar as well, but yeah, a lot of it is Twitch. Honestly, I'm always in someone's stream.
Okay, Multicoder asked, what's the most unique game, as in weird style or plot? That's a good question.
Yeah. That is a good question. One of the most unique ones I played that I haven't finished was Ori and the Blind Forest, which I haven't finished yet. It was one Asa recommended me to play, because he did this thing where he wanted to each suggest a game for each other to play, and he suggested Ori and the Blind Forest, and I haven't finished it, but it was probably one of the most like unique games that I played in terms of art style and the story. I don't really remember what the story is right now.
Bees do have knees. Okay, good.
Bees do they actually? Bees have knees?
Apparently, according to Google.
Well,
also,
shit,
I want to
know that.
apologize for missing a lot of chat. This podcast does not lend itself to pause and read chat as we're chatting, because I don't want to interrupt the guest. But I appreciate all the questions. I am so sorry I missed some of them. I did not. So yeah, that's a good question. Just how do you handle when chat's just zooming by? Because with the number of people in your channel, almost at any given time, your chat's just like screaming.
It's a lot. It's not always Mari.
Hi, Mari.
It's not always like that, but it's. I guess you get used to it. And for me, I'm pretty sure this is well known, but I'm not that great at games, and I'm even worse at them when I'm streaming. I think for me,
thank you, Doc.
I think for me, my entire focus is chat. So I'll usually pause. I'll usually stop what I'm doing, or I'll pause the game for a second. If I'm missing things, I'll pause the game and I'll actually scroll up, because I hate missing anything. I hate missing chat, and so that's one of the things I do is I'll pause and I'm always reading chat. I'm always focused on chat. So if I'm missing something, I'll pause the game and scroll up, and I'll read everything.
But he has a great habit of focusing on chat in the most dangerous place in the game.
Yeah,
chat will get him killed.
In the ghost room in Phasmophobia.
Chat will most definitely get him killed.
Yeah, and that's I think that's one of. And here's the reason why is because I know the feeling, and I hear my friends talk about this. Or if you go into someone's stream, and I'm not expecting like instant gratification where you go in and I'm like, I said hi to you and you didn't respond to me. But if you go into someone's stream and you're like talking a little bit and they just don't acknowledge you whatsoever.
Yeah.
And you've been there for maybe 10 or 15 minutes, I know that feeling, and it's something that like bothers me. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like if you go into someone's like you're there to hang out. You're like, hey, how are you? Like, how are you doing? You don't expect like I like notice me now. You don't
Yeah.
want that, but you just want to be like, hey, how you doing? How you doing, Chiba? How you doing,
Yeah.
Bad? Like just and I know the feeling of not getting that and going into a stream and
It does.
you're
Yeah.
you're just insignificant and they don't acknowledge you whatsoever. And so that's for me, it's one of the most important things to at least acknowledge someone and say hi
Yeah.
to everyone that's there and
Yeah.
read as many messages as I can.
Yeah. That feeling of coming into somebody's chat and they acknowledge you is, it's some kind of validation. Hey,
Yeah.
somebody recognizes you.
Yeah, someone recognizes you, and that's like even like all of us. I think that's important to all of us.
I have a
I don't
crisis
think
when
there's any
people don't
person that could
notice
say
me.
like I like to go into
Yeah.
chats and not be noticed whatsoever. I don't know how Chiba does that. Yeah, Doc. Well, and there's certain people that are, and Doc. It's not like an insult, but Doc is one of those people where he does miss a lot. But Doc is Doc.
Yeah.
Doc is an amazing human being. He's an amazing entertainer, and Doc only has one monitor. Still, he
That's
only
'cause
has one monitor. So Doc does an amazing job with literally reading chat on like a tablet or like a phone or something.
the
So
evolution.
Doc does an amazing job at reading chat
Yeah, he does.
for what he needs another monitor though.
He does. I
He
think
needs
outed. That's because Time Dead and In the Van don't combine.
But here's the thing though, and Doc is a perfect example of this because there's different types of streamers I think, and there's certain streamers where you go to watch them,
Hmm.
and you don't really care that much about chat. You go to watch them, and chat, and then there's different streamers where you're going to interact. You're going to interact, talk and chat, and it's a whole thing. And Doc is very much one of those people where you go to watch Doc because Doc's just amazing. He's just an
Absolutely.
amazing entertainer.
Yeah.
You're just there to watch him, and you know what I mean. So that's what I mean. There's different streamers like that as well,
Yeah.
and then that also goes to like some of the biggest streamers in the world, like people like Shroud and stuff.
Mhm.
No one's going into Shroud's stream to talk to this man. It's
Right.
not going to happen. You're going there to just watch him because he's really good at a game, or the streamer's entertaining, and you're just there to watch them. And
Yeah.
so I think there's different streams where like that's an aspect of it, and then there's also streams where you're there to interact with the community.
Yeah.
You're there to interact and talk with the streamer and stuff.
And it can depend on what the streamer's doing, what their activity at the time.
Yeah.
Because when you're in the middle of a game, say it's some people like Warzone, it's hard to maintain focus on chat in a game like that. So people coming into those
Megan, shut
type
up. You
of
don't
streams
get skipped in my chat hardly ever, Megan.
should not
Sorry.
no, you're fine.
Sorry.
Should not feel that. What was I going with that? But yeah, Doc does really good. You do fantastically. Meggers does really good, especially if she gets too far into a game, she'll stop and can then come and go back into the chat.
Yeah.
I need to work on that.
Well, I think that's like it just depends on the type of streamer. Like that's really important, and I think like that's why we're here. For most of us are on Twitch to hang out
Yeah.
with people and interact with the chat, and that's why like I say like because there has been streams. No, by the way, there's no one. This is no one in our community.
Hi, Nandis.
I'm talking. Nandis.
How are you?
I'm talking about streams that you'll go to, like you'll find someone new that's low viewers, for example. Again, no one in our community. Like if you go to a new Faz streamer or something, and they're just playing the game,
Mhm.
and there's no one talking in their chat, and you're in there for a while, like trying to interact, and they're just not. And I think like if you're just gonna play games, just play games.
Mhm.
There's nothing wrong with that. But I think if you're streaming, the entire purpose of streaming is you're there to hang out with friends and
Yeah.
and interact with chat and so it boggles my mind because we'll still, and I know friends talk about this, you'll go into like someone's stream and they just don't talk to you and there's no one else talking
Mhm.
and they just don't care, and I'm like, but why are you
Well,
streaming though?
I have seen. There's been a couple of streamers I've gone into, and the reason they're
Nandis.
not responding to chat is because like a few people have only one monitor. They're playing a game, and LBS and everything else is in the background.
This
So
is true, yeah.
yeah,
And that's like how that would be really hard to stream
Yes.
with one monitor. Like at least, yeah, Doc has, I think it's a tablet that Doc has that he reads chat on. I don't know how you could stream with one monitor. That'd be really, really
Yeah.
difficult. I think even everyone, I think everyone that owns a PC should just have two monitors, especially if you watch Twitch.
yeah,
And it doesn't have to be an expensive one. Like you can literally buy, you can go buy a used $50 monitor. Just
Mhm.
have another monitor. I think it's just useful.
Yeah.
This is why I can't. No, Doc.
Doc,
But Doc,
I do the same
Doc, you're
thing
an
though.
exception.
I really do. I
Yeah.
go back and I watch my VODs and I see a question come by and I'm like, missed it.
Yeah, and I'm not even trying to call it Doc. I'm just saying Doc's like literally an exception to
Mhm.
where no one cares.
No,
Like
absolutely.
but like someone like me though, this is the difference. Where like someone, if I miss a message, people get upset.
Yeah.
They get upset and they will say it and they will tell, and I feel bad. That doesn't happen to Doc because we don't expect that. 'Cause
Right.
we're there to watch Doc. We're there. Doc's entertaining. We're there to watch Doc.
The industry,
Same
you
with
can
Mel.
never have enough monitors.
Same with Mel.
I've got 3 and I need 3 more.
I've got 3 as well. The only reason I have 3 is because my third one was my broken monitor, and I was so used to having it, and then it finally like stopped working. But half the screen still worked, so I still used it.
Archangel, I
Just
think
like-
everybody in Chiba's
Angel.
chat jokes about that because
Yeah,
he's really good at responding to messages, and when on the rare occasion that he does miss, that's the joke. So
yeah. There's like the rare, but no, some people, Angel, I'm not talking, but some people will actually get upset if I like miss a message, and they'll like and I'm like, I'm so sorry, I'm sorry.
yeah,
But yeah, there's certain people that are exceptions to that, and like Doc, for example, is an exception to that, where I don't think anyone, unless you're very new, would get upset for Doc missing a message.
absolutely.
Because you're there to watch Doc, and you know that this man has one monitor and a phone. And he's doing the best, but you're there to watch him. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things.
One of the things that Doc did that really caught my attention, and I really loved that, was when you come into his channel and you follow his channel, he creates a sound for you the next time you come in.
He stopped doing that now. But
Yeah, but that
he had to.
that level of engagement
Yeah.
is what drives people to him, because it makes them feel that much more special, and him missing chat, that waves that away.
That was an amazing, and that I don't know how he did that, because I don't know how many gigabytes he said he had, but he had like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these voice commands that he made for people that were like personal to the person.
Yeah.
And it got to a point where just Doc got too big, where he's like, I can't make like 2,000 of these, so I have to stop.
Yeah,
He had no RAM. Yeah. So another thing, this is on to, it's now the Doc podcast.
Thank you for following.
This is just funny because Doc
Thank you, Neandis.
He had issues with his stream a little bit, and we couldn't figure out what was wrong. We didn't think it was
Oh, yeah,
RAM,
you're
because
fine.
everyone would have enough RAM if you're streaming.
Yeah.
So I was like, Doc, like, what's
Thank
going
you
on?
for
Like, what are your
following.
specs? He's like, well, I have this, and I have 8 gigs of RAM. And
Evolution, thank you so much for the follow.
I'm like, what? You have 8 gigs of RAM, Doc? How do you stream with
Yeah.
8 gigs of RAM? I was like, I don't know. I have 8 gigs of RAM. I was like, that's your issue.
That,
You have
yeah,
8 gigs of RAM.
that's it.
What? And so he upgraded, and I think everything's been good. I think he upgraded to 16 or 32.
Nice.
But yeah, that was funny. He was streaming with 8 gigs of RAM for a while, and that was the issue. But yeah, one one monitor. But yeah, Neanders.
Okay, so let's kind of wrap this up a bit. But
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you how you define success in streaming.
I think success could be anything from having 2 people consistently talking in your chat to being a partner with hundreds of people talking in your chat. I think for me, success for me, I feel like very, I guess, grateful for having people that are talking, and having it so like I'm at a point where like my chat it doesn't usually stop that, like I think the most now it'll stop for like 5 minutes sometimes.
Yeah.
You'll have like periods of like 5 minutes where no one says anything.
Mhm.
But I think that's success to me, is having it where people are there talking and hanging out with you for the whole stream.
Okay.
And when we're starting out, we don't have that. Like I remember my first streams, my first few months, you would have people talking, and then there would just be no one talking for like such a long time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so to me, I think I feel grateful to have that. I think that's success.
That's right, Britt. Yeah, that's exactly right. Success is what makes you happy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I say success is different for different people. For me, that's what makes me happy, and that's success to me.
Did you see Olive? I don't know what's worse, Chiba not knowing about updating his drivers and not having 8 gigabytes
Yeah.
of RAM.
I'm almost as bad as Doc too, because I So I was having issues as well with my games and stream. Like I was having like lag and crashing issues, and I couldn't figure it out. And then Olive and others were like, "Oh, have you updated your drivers?" And I was like, "Sorry,
Sorry, what?
Have you updated your drivers? My drivers? Do I have to update those?" Like,
What are
yeah.
you,
Like,
what
when
are you
did you
talking
update
about?
them? I was like, I've never updated my drivers since I've owned my PC in 2 years. So my issue was drivers. And then I updated my graphics card and everything, and it fixed it.
Yeah,
That was my issue. So
that's amazing.
I'm not perfect. I'm definitely not perfect when it comes to that. Yeah, I've never updated my drivers until like this year. This was the first time.
To be fair, Chiba, I don't know anything about updating drivers either.
Thank you. See, Mari? I didn't know either. I didn't know that was a thing that I had to do. I know we update Windows, but I didn't know I had to update my drivers.
Yeah, and
So that was the thing.
hardly anyone. I mean, I've been in IT for well over 25 plus years, almost 30 years now.
Yeah.
Um, almost nobody updates their virus scanners.
I don't.
I mean, they'll
I
be
don't do that either,
yeah.
but
Nobody does that.
are
And
we
I've had
supposed to?
yeah, you're supposed to. People have asked me. People have asked me. So I had some files get deleted because of a virus. What do I do? I'm like, nothing.
Update your virus. What's your favorite virus protection?
Um,
Because I use Bitdefender. I don't know if
that is the best one.
Is it?
Yeah, that's my preference. Bitdefender.
that's the one I've been using. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
and
what I've used for a couple years.
if you can't afford Bitdefender, get AVG or Avast.
So AVG's free, isn't
Mhm,
it?
it
Or
can be,
was?
yes, but
Yeah.
they're also paid portions of it. But yeah, um,
Mel hasn't updated her drivers.
I would
Mel.
prefer Bitdefender, and if you can, great, pay for it. Also, but
Yeah.
there's also malware bytes out there that can work in conjunction with your virus scanner. So yeah,
I've never. Yeah. I think I need to do more. Well, one thing is my like gaming PC doesn't do anything other than like just gaming and Twitch and stuff.
hmm
Like if I'm gonna download something like a movie, or I use my laptop for that because I don't want any form of virus or like anything.
right.
I
And
try
every
my
time
best.
you
I don't go
download
to
something,
any.
scan it.
Yeah, I try to my best on my laptop.
Yeah, even if
Go
you're
update. See, people don't update their drivers. This is a common thing that we're
yeah,
dealing with.
apparently.
But yeah,
Okay.
no. So yeah, scanning stuff. There was
Yeah.
something else I was gonna ask or
Okay.
say, and I don't remember it. Hopefully, it'll come to me.
All right.
It might come
Are
to me
there
later.
any other questions for my guest before we get to the lightning round? Cicadan's using my old
Do
PC.
you have questions? Kieran's using my old PC. Yeah, yeah. Because Mel got a brand new PC. She's balling.
Nice.
She's making adult money.
Yeah.
That's the conversation of adult money, where you can buy things. You can buy all the toys that you've always wanted.
Yeah. I know that there's a lot of people out there that say if I could retire and stream all the time, that would be the dream. No.
Wouldn't be for you?
No, I'm retired and streaming all the time, although would be fun, eventually it would turn into a job.
That's the difference. And here, this is a very good conversation because it hits home to people that I know that do it full time, and it changes what this is.
hmm
Like right now, I love this.
hmm
This is a lot of fun, and everyone I know that does it loves it. And this is like a hobby. Like if you don't make any money whatsoever on Twitch, doesn't matter.
Right.
We're here to have fun, and it's not about that at all. We're fine. We have jobs that pay for things. We have
Mhm.
jobs that pay our bills and give us food, and we're okay. I think that once you take that leap to where, say you're someone that's lucky enough, which is rare, to be making enough money on Twitch to only stream full time, it makes it stressful, as you
Mhm.
said, and it turns it into a job. Where like then you start like if I have a month where I don't make any money, I don't care. I had fun. But if you have a month where you don't make any money and that's your job,
Yeah.
you're stressing, you start panicking, you know what I mean? So I don't know if and people have asked like, would you ever go full time? Yes, but if I was to go full time, streaming, I would have to be making a certain amount of money for an entire year
Mm-hmm.
or longer to be able to say, okay, I think that I could support myself from this.
Yeah.
It
And
would
then
have,
that's when it becomes the job. Once you start
yeah,
having to rely on it for your support. Yeah.
and that's why the only time I would ever quit a job to do this full time is if I'm making so much money
Right,
that
makers. Exactly.
even if I had low months, I'm like, oh, whatever, it's fine. But that's obviously not anywhere in my future. That's like if that was to happen to me, that would be years down the road.
Yeah.
Like, but there is certain people, like there's certain people I know that have been streaming for like 10 years, and that's their job, and they do really well.
Yeah.
They always have hundreds of people, and I think that's obviously a dream for a lot of us. But as you said, it changes everything.
Yeah. I've
It
seen
changes
people
everything.
who went full time too early, and you can clearly see the change in them. It takes away a lot of the fun and turns into a job. Yeah. Yeah.
It turns into a job, a stressful job, and where you depend. You
Hmm.
depend on Twitch, and you're promoting yourself more to get more money, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
it's a different aspect, and I don't know if I would ever want that for me, because this is a lot of fun for me, and I want to be able to still have this fun and not have to worry about paying bills from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the amounts of stress. Yeah, the stress that it can cause. And there's a lot of full-time streamers that are smaller too, and there's a lot of full-time streamers that are bigger. It's like there's people all over the place, but I
Yeah.
just think it changes everything.
It does. Okay.
Are
Are we ready for the lightning round?
I think so.
Okay. Bring that stream to, yeah. Okay. Texting or talking?
Texting.
Favorite day of the week?
Saturday.
Sweet or sour?
Sweet.
Favorite
100%.
holiday?
Christmas.
You had-
Halloween second though.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of people, but I've had
Yeah,
a couple
Christmas,
people
but like
say
Halloween right after.
I've had a few people say Halloween.
Mhm.
If you had a superpower, what would you want it to be? It's called the lightning round, Chiba.
God damn it, I'm slowing it down. It would be between, like, can teleportation be one?
Yeah.
So it would be teleportation or invisibility. I would say flight, but I'm afraid of heights. But I'd like to be able to just teleport someone. Like if you're like having dinner, like Chibi, you want to come for dinner? Bam, I'm there.
Yep.
I'm at the bottom of Texas in like a second.
Absolutely.
So I'd say teleportation or invisibility.
Watching from
Yeah.
the toilet.
For those that don't know, I am massively introverted. Like I very much like my own time. I like
Yeah.
to be alone in my own space. I don't like to be around a lot of people, and that's why Twitch is like, people are like, oh, you're not introverted. Like, well, I'm sitting in a room by myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's different. It's different because I can like be myself here.
I
get
think
very nervous.
more than
when
half
I'm around
of
a lot
us
people.
are introverts here. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, and even like meeting everyone like in Minnesota and meeting the Yokes and everyone at YokeCon, like that was very nerve wracking, but it also felt like more comforting because like I know these people.
Yeah.
And we're close to people online. Sorry, I'm slowing this down.
No, you're fine. Morning person or night owl?
Night owl.
Favorite season?
Oh. It's honestly tied winter and summer. I love Canadian. It's actually snowing like right now. There's like 18 feet of snow in the house right next to me.
Crap.
There's a lot of snow here.
Y'all just
Winter,
keep that
I'd
up
say
there.
winter and summer.
Keep it. You can keep it.
No, you want it. The
Mm-mm.
snow is amazing. But yeah, summer and winter for sure.
Nice. Mild or spicy?
Mild. I like spicy, but mild.
Okay. Your favorite ice cream flavor?
Peanut butter and chocolate. Yeah. Send me snow.
You read it all?
Yes, but I haven't read in years, but I used to read a lot more than I do.
So would you prefer a Kindle or a real book?
If I am reading a real book.
Okay.
100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last thing is say something positive about yourself. Lightning round to it. Chiba.
I don't think anyone likes to talk about themselves.
They
I don't
don't.
know. I have no idea. Go Chiba go. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, chat. It's time to post
I try to be
positive things
nice.
about Chiba.
I try to be nice to everyone.
You do.
I try to be nice. I don't like. Yeah. I guess that would be it. I try to be nice to everyone.
Yeah.
I try to be welcoming. Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
And I mean, because I know what it feels like to not be welcomed. And I don't know if people know this, but I was like also massively bullied when I was a kid. So I think that's like changed who I am as a person,
Yeah.
as it does for most of us. My whole life until high school, I was massively bullied,
Mm.
and so I don't want anyone to ever feel that way. So I try to be as welcoming as I can to others. Oh, thank you guys.
Yeah, see all that?
See, I don't. It's hard. Well, no one likes to. It's hard to talk about yourself in any capacity.
It is, but it's important to
Now we pretend to bully you.
now.
Yeah,
It's true.
But no, yeah, that's different. Okay. Imagine I was not a very liked child, and it was probably because I was just very weird. I was very weird and awkward, as a lot of us are. But yeah, I did not fit in. I was very heavily bullied until I was like, I had just happened to meet some very good people in junior high that like kind of took me in, and because I
We
traveled to
accept
different
your
schools.
weirdness, yeah.
They accepted me in, and I finally went to a different school, and it's still one of my best friends to this day. He just like I came into this new school, and these people were talking to me, and he's just like, "Hey, you don't want to talk to those people," and he kind of just took me into his group, and then that was it.
Weirdos unite. Yeah.
And that's when my bullying stopped when I got into high school. I still wasn't like I was never popular in any capacity, but I just stopped being bullied in high school.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mel. Thank you, Mari, Olive. Thank you.
Okay.
I think we're all weird though.
Really quickly, we're gonna raid out, but I would like to ask Chiba if he has anybody he would like to raid out to. I usually like to have my guests choose who we raid.
Okay.
I like how he just ignored me. Come on.
Thanks, bro. Evie. Wait, who did I ignore?
I don't know.
Oh.
I didn't see him because
I had to refresh the chat, so I literally lost the chat.
No, that's fine. We'll just ignore him. We'll just
sorry.
ignore them. Yeah.
Did I ignore Evie? Did Evie go? Evie, did you go? It's funny how so karaoke night. Sometimes we take a long time to do a rotation, and last night was probably one of the longest stalls we've ever had because there were so many people there, and it had gone so long that like Evie thought that we skipped her. When we didn't, it just took us so long to do another rotation that Evie's like, I think they skipped me. But it just we last night was like so crazy because we were like 6 hours in or 7 hours in, and we had only done 2 rotations.
Yeah.
Because there was so many people, and then Mari comes in, takes Evie. Evie. I love karaoke night. It's one of my favorite. It's like this for you. Like this, you love doing this now.
Yeah.
And karaoke night for me just is. It's not the same as a stream. Oh, ads are up.
Okay. We'll come back and we'll let them come back and raid.
Let me look.
Rude. No.
And now a word from our sponsors.
Wow, Evie. Ad break. What is happening? I thought she left. I was so tired. How long did the ads go for?
About 3 minutes. You got time to find somebody.
Okay. Yeah, you have pre-rolled ads, right?
Yeah, I think.
You pre-roll them usually. I haven't messed with any of that. I'm kind of scared. I just let it happen. I'm kind of scared. You have ads. Watching Boxy Cat. Okay. You're all stuck in ad jail. Okay.
Yeah.
I will cease to talk. I will cease to talk.
Have fun in ad jail, nerds. If I didn't have to have ads, it'd be great. I would love to do this. I wish I didn't have to have ads. That's all there is to it. And I don't make very much money off this at all because I don't do sound alerts.
Anyone does.
I don't do
ads.
Yeah. I don't. Not a single one of my sound alerts has a cost on it. No bits. No whatever. You're missing some chick get vibrated makers. Yeah, Megers has the chair.
No, never mind. Okay.
No. Are there any more questions? Well, we got 19 seconds on the ads, I think.
19 seconds.
Yeah. So if you come back from the ads, I hope they let me know.
There we go. Megan.
My chair massager thing has not been used since I first tested it to be
I hope
sure it
Twitch
worked.
moves fierce. Yeah, that's another thing. So, I think we're all equally sad about Twitch taking away hosts.
Mm-hmm.
Because host was such a, it doesn't really matter because Twitch is like, it confuses people. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't matter. It did a lot for us. The community loved it. It was a way for us to show our support. Whether or not that actually brought you any viewers or not, it doesn't matter. It was a way for us to show our support without giving you any money or anything.
My automatic hosting still works.
That works. Yeah, so you can have people on your automatic. But the thing that sucks with them taking away hosts is the fact that now when you raid someone, you no longer host them on your channel.
Mm-hmm.
And Twitch is broken a lot of the time where you don't get taken on raids. So if someone raids someone, it won't take me. And in the past, what I would do is I just go to their channel and just click who they're hosting.
Mm-hmm.
And then do the raid message. But you can't do that now, which kind of sucks.
Found a lot of streamers by going to hosted streamers. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, Megan. Yeah, I did too. That's why I say, like, it was actually, it was something that, yeah, I get left behind on raids all the time. And that's something that I think Twitch needs to fix because they took away hosts. And so now when you raid someone, they don't automatically host and you don't get taken on the raid. So it's just a big mess. I don't know why they took it away. The reason I heard was because Twitch had a thing where, like, if someone was hosting someone and you were talking in the chat of the person that was hosting, that chat didn't go to the actual stream. But they could have just fixed that.
Wow.
Or, I don't know many people that do that. Normally, if someone's hosting someone, I just click who they're hosting and I go to their stream. Which is weird.
Mm.
Mel! Last night was amazing.
Yeah. So who are we rating?
I was going to go to Luna, actually, but she ended.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were going to Luna, but I'm going to go to, I think we can go to another good friend. I'm not sure if you met Joe.
I don't believe I have.
I don't know if you've met Joe, but I can post him. Here. I wanted to go to Luna because Luna, we all love Luna, and she was one of the OGs in our community, along with you.
Absolutely.
Along with you and Megan, Alyssa, and someone that's stayed close with us all this time. But Luna literally ended, Luna. I literally was in her stream, and she ended. She rated solitary, and I was like, we're going to go Luna. But I would love to go to Joe, who's another amazing individual that I've met through some other friends and developed a friendship with. Doc knows Joe really well as well. So does Swift. And Joe is an amazing, kind human that I've become friends with over the last year or so.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you, Chiba, for being a fantastic guest. This is probably one of the longer podcasts that I've done. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you very much for inviting me for this.
Absolutely.
Seriously.
I want to thank everybody
really
that came in, all the chats, all the questions. You guys are amazing. The raids, Britt, Doc, thank you so much. Tomorrow at 1 p.m. Central Time, I'm hosting I Hate Being Scared. Eric is going to be on. So please come back tomorrow afternoon, 1 p.m. Central. Right now, we're going to go raid Cool Runnings. So stick around for that, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks, Chiba.
Guys. Bye, Bad. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely.
This was a lot of fun.
Gonna start.
Let's go.
Smile, though your heart is aching. Smile, even
it is time to
There's
go
your
to Joe.
messages.